What up, YouTube? I am Dom Knight. This is Night Talks, and we're back with another night relationship advice. Guys, like the video and subscribe to the channel. You guys have been wonderful to me. I really appreciate all the new subscribers and everybody who's taking the time to check out the content, for real. So, goal is 250 subs by the end of the year. Big goal, some size, my eyes on the prize, so help me out. I appreciate it. Okay, last week, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember who we started with, so I'm gonna just start with the female. My ex sent dirty texts to my current boyfriend. I was new to relationships and sex with my ex, but he said I could trust him. So I sent him a lot of inappropriate text messages and pictures, and he asked to take pictures during sex. He liked it and promised he wouldn't do anything wrong with him. I trusted him to keep that private. We broke up 4 months ago because he cheated on me, and a few days ago, he sent everything to my new boyfriend. I have anxiety and spent the last few days feeling so sick. My boyfriend is upset and said he needs some time and won't talk to me. I feel so angry with myself. I don't know what to do. I just want him to forget about that stuff and not be mad at me. Well, this is my question to you. You guys have been broken up for 4 months. Why all of a sudden is he sending this stuff? My question to you is, when is the last time you spoke to him? Because it just seems weird that 4 months later, he just is like, you know what? I want to sabotage her relationship. This is something I would think he would do, sooner. Now, I don't know how long you've been with this guy, but it does seem weird. I don't know why he cares if you guys have been broken up that long. So that's just me. 4 months, he should be moving on, okay? But I don't think you're wrong for sending him pictures or, letting him take pictures of you guys when you're doing your thing. That's not wrong. It's stuff couples do. You guys were together in a relationship. You trusted him. That's not wrong. I do think this is something that your man can probably get over, but I think you should explain to him what's going on with you and the ex, because this seems random. And I don't know. I feel like he shouldn't care at this point unless he had a reason to care. So my advice to you is let your boyfriend calm down. He will come back to you or say something to you. I mean, if he waits too long, then you might need to say something, but give him some space for a minute because he is going to be mad. But just let him know everything and let him decide what he wants to do. Okay? That's my advice to you. Next story, male story. My girlfriend, 26 female, betrayed me, 24 male. I forgave her, let her back in, and now she's doing it again. I'm heartbroken. Forgive me, this will be long. We've been together for just about 7 months and are both in the military. We met at school. When I met her, I had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship I was still healing from, so I was hesitant. But she was kind and funny and seemed genuine, so I eventually let my guard down and we began dating. We had so much fun and I completely gave myself to her and trusted her. She kept in contact with her ex, who, mind you, cheated on her, abused her, lied to her, which made me uncomfortable, and I felt like there was more to it than she was leading me to believe, but I wanted to be wrong, so I ignored it. Her ex decided he wanted to come visit her, and she didn't tell him no. In fact, she went behind my back and talked to him on the phone for an hour and made plans to get a hotel room with him. She then told me the next day that she was confused because she loves me and wants to be with me and wants a future with me, but she also still has unresolved feelings for her ex and is still sexually attracted to him. She said that's not something that she wants to do to someone she loves, so we should take a break so she can figure out these feelings. Last minute, she tells me she decided not to do it. She said she chose me and finally let him go, and she told him not to come out here to visit her. Now that was almost 3 weeks ago, and against my better judgment, I forgave her, and she comes to see me this past weekend, and we have a great weekend, and she tells me how much she loves me. She wants my children. She wants me to meet her family, and we have great sex, etc. Then she flies back home. Everything changes. She starts acting weird, doesn't say I love you back to me, doesn't want to talk much. Tells me to stop calling her baby and just call her by her name.
They call me hell. They call me sexy. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name.
Then boom, I figure out she's been flirting with this guy on an online forum and is planning to meet up with him tonight for drinks and probably more. I feel so fucking stupid for letting her back in. I haven't told her I know about it yet. It sucks because I'm so in love. Part of me still wants to work it out, but I can't get the thought of her having sex with someone else out of my head. I don't know what to do. I don't want her to be with anyone else. Bruh. I can already tell what kind of guy you are, right? Bruh. You know what it is. You ain't the guy she wants, bruh. You're not it. You're a nice dude. You're safe. You don't excite her. Okay? Kind of simping. You know, that's all right. But this girl, she clearly was looking for something else. She's trying to bang the ex who she's still sexually attracted to. So obviously you're not doing what you got to do in the sack because she wants to go back to a dude who did all that stuff to her. Bruh, you need to leave her. You're not what she wants. And you probably won't ever be that. And that's all right. Someone out there is for you. But you aren't for her. Okay? That's what it is. All right, so leave. Just leave, man. Because you're never going to be what she wants. It's that simple. All right? Dating advice. Why do women get mad that I stop talking to them after they reject me? I recently got told I was a fucking asshole for stop talking to a girl who I was interested in romantically. I asked her out. She said no. She didn't like me that way. I was cool about it and just stopped texting her, stopped hanging out with her, stopped studying with her, even moved to a different seat in that class we used to sit together. She rejected me and I felt like I wanted to move on. I needed her out of my life. She was mad. This is like the 4th time this has happened to me. Am I doing something wrong? Why are women so pissed when this happens? I'm the one that got rejected. All right, bro. I think you did the right thing. I made an entire video about the friend zone. It is not a place you want to be. If you have romantic interest in a girl, and that's the reason you start talking to them, do not stay friends with them in order to do that. Do what you got to do. Court her, shoot your shot. If she denies you, move on. There is no reason to be friends with someone that you only had a romantic interest in. If you wanted to be friends with her originally and you grew in a romantic interest, that's one thing. But if that's why you wanted to date her or talk to her and she said no, move on. So I agree with you there. But 4 times, bro, something you're doing is wrong here. All right. You're really putting out friendy type vibes, because if they're getting upset that you don't want to be friends, obviously you're not a pain to be around. You know, obviously they want you as company, or they just see you as, you know, whatever to them. But you got to switch something up, man. You're 0 for 4. Like, we got to change the game up, man. You got to do something better. You got to figure out why these girls aren't willing to give you a chance. Because, I mean, I think you got the right mindset of, you know, moving on, not staying in the friend zone. But something you're doing wrong is in the game. So I don't know. Obviously, I can't pull that out of this post. But I do hope you figure it out and get yourself together so the rejection stops, all right? Next one. Newly discovered deal breaker. Should I explain? I've been chatting with a guy I met on OkCupid, and things were going well. We have a good rapport and a few common hobbies and interests, both looking for a serious monogamous thing. He asked me if I wanted to get together, and I decided to reread his profile before answering him. This app has a lengthy list of optional questions, which I normally don't look at. I use the fields in their profile to look for deal breakers. I decided to look at his, and there was one response that I know will ultimately get in the way for me. He answered yes to "Do you believe in God?" I have friends with differing spiritual beliefs, but I know that I couldn't get serious with a guy who differs from me in that way. I certainly don't owe someone I have not met an explanation for no longer being interested, but I also know how frustrating online dating is, and an actual explanation might be nicer than the ones we invent in our heads. He's also been direct about what he's looking for, a serious relationship, and ideally a spouse, and I don't want to waste his time. Should I explain my reason for no longer wanting to go out with him? Yes. Tell him. Because just like you said, he's been keeping it real with you. He's been upfront and honest with you. He's not trying to play games, which I'm assuming you're not either. So don't play games with his heart. Tell him, hey, I'm not interested in talking anymore because of X, Y, and Z. And I just think we should go our separate ways, but I appreciate your time. But I want to say this. I answered your question, but I just want to throw in my 2 cents on this because that's just me. I have certain beliefs, but I don't think that this is necessarily a reason to not at least give him a chance. I don't think this is worth not meeting up over. I don't know if you're strongly very against God and religion and things like that. I don't know if this is something that it's just no way. But if you're just a common atheist, this guy might not be crazy religious. He might just be like, yeah, sure, I believe, but he might not go to church, or he might not care that you don't believe or have that faith. There's plenty of couples I've seen that they have different beliefs in that regard that work out. Now, it all depends on what level you guys are in on your spiritual journeys. Now, if he's in the church every Wednesday and Sunday, reading his Bible every night before he goes to bed, yes, this may not work. But if he's just a dude who has, he's just been grown up and told that God's real, and he's just like, yeah, sure, I believe, but he's not really all into it, it might work out. Hell, maybe you can teach him something, maybe you can show him something, whatever the case may be. But I do think at the very least, you should give him an explanation as to why you don't want to talk to him. I do think it's just courteous because he's been courteous with you. All right, guys, I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. Always have fun doing these. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content and hit the bell. Guys, thanks everyone who have subscribed recently. It's been really nice seeing them go up. Throw the socials right there. And I will be back on Monday with a burning question.
That's ISO.
Peace.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post, the same now, I've been humble too long.